Janna, all HODs, dignitaries, and my dear IMA family, Karabali. In every generation, in every era, there is a word for celebration. I hope in our era, me being a 90s kid, I think it was Adibari. What was that word in your era? Sir, what is it, sir? Celebration, sir. So in this era, it's Netflix and chill. But when we start with this Netflix and chill, it takes us to Lasix and film. Because after all, we are fans of Saravati. Sorry, now he is like senior Saravati, who is known for his style.
Superstar.
So this superstar, super lifestyle is actually pushing us towards certain diseases. I know, being a very junior most doctor and very eminent personalities in front of me, I am not actually equipped to deal with such a vast topic. So believe me, this is just a peep into the world of lifestyle diseases. So, what is essentially the lifestyle diseases? It is basically our habits which push us into certain conditions like hypertension. Yes, it's exactly the same thing which happens in our house when you promise your wife or your husband for a eat out, but you are not making up because of your professional life. That's how hypertension hits your families, heart diseases, stroke, diabetes, obesity, respiratory diseases, cancers. So basically, all these occur due to the various risk factors like unhealthy diet, high sugar intake, high saturated fat, low fiber intake, the sedentary behavior, the lack of exercise, the tobacco use, smoking, passive smoking, excessive alcohol consumption, binge drinking, the stress, the chronic stress, all these leads to the lifestyle diseases. The pathophysiology is insulin resistance and metabolic syndrome, inflammation and oxidative stress, epigenetic modifications, gut microbe alterations, hormonal imbalances. How can we prevent and management strategies? Diet. Add vegetables, subtract oils, and regular physical activities. The stress management techniques like meditation, quitting tobacco, and limiting alcohol intake. So all these helps you to lead a life from a lifestyle of diseases to a lifestyle without diseases. And as we know, we care and he cures. So who is actually accentuating this transition from a lifestyle of diseases to a lifestyle without diseases? Who is that one group of people? Who are those one group of people who should be credited for this transition? Who? Us. Who are we? Who are we? So, today, it's a day dedicated to us, doctors. Something is missing in this picture. Can someone please tell me, what is the thing which we are missing in this picture? Tala? Okay, so from Talabadi we went to Tala. Okay, any other answer? Okay, apostrophe. Okay, let's find it out. This is a surprise and a suspense. Only if you manage to view this whole, I would not call this a lecture, but if your eyes are open till the end, then you will be able to know what is missing. in this picture. Okay, so this is a live picture which I took from yesterday's medical ward at morning 3 a.m. It's a house visit and nurses writing, doing their work at 3 a.m. in the morning. Obviously, I'm the one who is taking the picture, so I'm also working at 3 a.m. Though nobody is from medicine, I would ask and plead my seniors to convey this message that I was also working at 3 a.m. in the morning. So, milestones of development. It is so common that we study this, and without this we will not be able to pass MBBS. So, milestones of development. It would be from this pincel grasp to palm arm grasp. No, we first grab everything with both the hands, then we try to specialize. Okay, a little. So, we have these milestones of developments for children, for babies, for infants. So, what about these milestones of doctorate? It's nothing but this. 8 to 10, it is pre-NEET UG, and then from 11 to 12, you have this crash course, then you have the real NEET UG coaching, then comes the undergraduate coaching, and in that we have doc tutorials, we have narrow, then we go to this prestigious PG NEET and PG NEET coaching. Again, we are going to alumni, this Thrissur, Med PG, narrow, and then after this PG, then we go to SS with super speciality, and then after super speciality, we'll have fellowships from JR, SR, assistant, associate, additional professor, HOD, principal, Dean, DME. So, these milestones, they never end. Believe me, they never ever end. So, between this milestone to tombstone, there is a blank page. There is a blank page. And that is called life. And that's where we are given this pen to write whatever we want. During this emergency, recently emergency is in trends, and every day we are reading about emergency, the state of emergency in our newspapers. During this emergency, there was this publisher who left his column in the newspaper blank, so that because he was not allowed to write against the government, so he simply left the column which he was supposed to write blank. And anybody who wants to write something there, they can write it, because whatever they write, it's their own opinion, it's their own feelings, and it's their own words against whatever the oppressive force they are fighting or facing. So, this doctor, the doctor's day, what are we actually facing now? Obviously, healing hands and hurting hearts. Save the saviors. It's a Nara. Nara is a slogan which is in air now. We all should remember Dr. Vandana. While in saying doctors, again, this mixopathy. I don't know whether we are aware about this mixopathy. Can you believe that MD radiology is being offered for Irish doctors in Banaras Hindu University? MD radiology. I studied in Chhattisgarh, where there are basically people, they sit with papers and they learn how you're treating the patient. And then they are being sent to rural areas for treating next generation, next people. So practically it is an authorized way of hijacking the modern medicine, the evidence-based medicine. So we are facing this influx of mixopathy, and we are actually studying to save lives but struggling to save our own. The depression, it is a very common phenomenon amongst not just UG, not just PG, not just among the professionals. It is actually a silent killer that is eating us inch by inch. And then obviously we all should remember Dr. K.K. Agarwal and thousands of doctors who laid their lives fighting the great epidemic of our times, COVID. So it's heal the healers, hashtag, another hashtag, abuse against doctors. But what I would suggest, being very younger to all of you, I would say, but I might be younger, but Sheldon sir is more young to me in mind, because Sheldon sir, Dr. Ramani ma'am, one of them wakes up at 4 o'clock in the morning, and Ramani ma'am would lament when Sheldon sir is not going to gym, because she cannot go to gym without Sheldon sir. So I would say, we are not just doctors. I'm not just a PG. I'm a son. My father recently had an incident. I was here working. I was rushing back home. Before I reached there, he already underwent angioplasty. And when I entered, the doctor showed me the perfusion, the video, etc. Actually, I knew what was happening, but I never looked at the perfusion video. I never looked at his ejection fraction. I never looked at his treatment. Because I knew. Because we are not just doctors. We are so many pieces. Actually, pick up your pieces. PIECES. Whatever you are actually a fraction of yourself. There are multitudes of your fractions spread out in this world. And then plan your peace. PEACE. From peace to peace. From tukra to the whole. How? The professional versus personal life. One single thing which you can never get. Everybody says this. It's what? Time. And time is something which you make. And even if you make it, you ought to give it. So, give time, make time. And this balancing work life and personal life, this is a very age-old slogan which we have been hearing. But believe me, it was my duty yesterday. I got my mother's call 2 times, but my house agent's call 12 times. I took my house agent's call because I knew I would be in trouble if I don't take it that. And then my mother returned from US. She was saying, and I was saying, Amma, I have duty on Monday, I have duty on Wednesday, I have duty on Friday. But it's not an excuse. It's never an excuse. Because at morning 3 a.m. I got a call from my mother and my father was sick. And I knew she would call me at 3 a.m. only if it was an emergency. I picked that call. And luckily I was awake. I didn't have duty yesterday. And then the next one. There is always there is a dilemma between this balancing of professional life and personal life. There is something else also. There is a tug of war happening between your profession and your passion. Can you just imagine that Ernest Cheguere was a doctor. Sai Pallavi is a doctor. Ajmal, the person who acted, he acted in I hope you have heard that song. He acted in that movie. He's a doctor. So, sometimes it is important to pursue your passion. It's not sometimes. Every time it is important to pursue your passion. I quoted Che Guevara, I quoted Sai Pallavi. Can you get someone amongst us? Someone, please. Someone amongst us. Someone who pursued his passion for service. Ashwini Kumar sir, my HOD, he has 39.6 thousand recordings in viewed. Can you imagine? If I record a song every day during my years of life, I will never be able to complete this much. It is 39, it is almost 40,000 songs, and he sings very well. And this is a book by Dr. Ram sir. I am from medicine, so I know more about medicine. I know the Sheldon sir sings. There are so many people, there are athletes, There are so many people who are multi-talented. Obviously, it's like we have the best, but we are not the best because we don't put that efforts to become the best. So, in this era, it is written in Malayalam. It is written Kadamalalla Kagugal. Because distance is measured in light years when it comes between a point in outer space. If you are saying Trandrum, you'll say it in kilometers. But in actual, the thing is, you are just one call away, one word away. The only thing is that you should have the mind to hear the other person say something. And one of my favorite song lines, lyrics from Malayalam is it is just that one word that is making you distant from your neighbor, your colleague, your friend, your childhood friend, someone whom you have met 50 years ago or 20 years ago, someone you have met in Orkut, which is not there. It is just one word. And I've already enumerated the problems which you are facing, namely the assault, or the mixopathy, or the growing sense of depression and uneasiness amongst medical professionals. And X or Y, the problem, whatever the problem is, the solution is united we stand, divided we fall. Why? Because once the iron rusts, it is not iron anymore. It is just rust. And rust is just rust. It is not even the shadow of the iron which it was ago. So, I asked you, what was missing from that picture? It was not the head. No, it was never the head. It was never the apostrophe. It was Happy Doctors Day. We often forget that we also need to be happy. Once there was this activity in a class where it was said, the teacher said, write 3 people who you love the most. I was also there. I read this as a message also. I wrote Jesus first. I wrote 3 other my mother, father, and all these people. But the message was, I never wrote my name. I never wrote Aikuluja. It is because we fail to understand that we also need to be happy. And for gaining the happiness as a communion of doctors, we need to come together. And IMA is the only branch or only banyan tree which can unite us. There is KGMOA. There are so many organizations. But IMA, Indian Medical Association, I believe, is the largest professional forum in India, I feel. When I was small, I used to go to IMA meetings just to eat good food. And when I was doing my UG, I still used to go to drop my mother and father. And everybody used to say, Appu will come, Appu will come. Appu is my pet name. Again, I used to go to the meetings for food. And then, now also, I yearn to go to that meetings, again for food, but also to feel that this is where I belong. This is where I belong, and this is where I'm going to be, and this is where I choose to stay. Thank you. Thank you for this wonderful opportunity. And, I've crossed like 28 years of my life. And I was actually quite active in the church. I have held few posts in church, but never ever there was a support and an appreciation from my community, from the areas where I work, like I received from Karam. There was a very big flex in front of the college in my name when I got this first prize in extempore. I got 3 prizes. Can you imagine? 1 speech and 3 prizes, and 2 holidays also. And that was the brownie point. So, so I'm not thankful, I'm indebted for the love, care, and support given by IMA, by Manasa, by all the faculties, my Department of Medicine, and all of you. And thank you. Keep praying, keep supporting.